Chinese has lost its pride the moment violence starts to prevail. People stop working, Gaokao average score dropped drastically, the economic productivity has decreased significantly. China, who used to be the economy powerhouse, have turned to economy inactive. We believe that the prevalence of violence only bring more harm than good, so therefore we regret the prevalence of violence. So firstly, we must know that violence is the opposite of hard work and also productivity, and therefore I will explain why violence in itself is very easy to prevail and to be accepted in the society in the very first place. So firstly, violence is very easy to do rather than doing hard work and also doing productive work. And secondly, violence creates sense of comfortable because you can easily escape your duty and also responsibility. So thirdly, why is it very easy to be accepted to the society? Because therefore, with violence is very easy and also very comfortable to do, people starting to accept the fact that having the sense of comfortable and also the sense of easy is being normalized without having received any backlash from people. Therefore, it is very easy to be accepted to the society in their status in the current status quo. So their opposition therefore can win if they can prove why, firstly, the prevalence of violence has done more good than harm, but also secondly, why the problem the current status quo, which is people have stress and also anxiety, has to be exclusively solved with violent prevalence. So moving on to my argument, firstly, the definition and standard of stress. Panels that characterize both society. Let us compare Western society who who used to have to have people that work not that hard in a very relaxing working environment, and also students can easily dismiss their homework. People do not have that much expectation to do their work. But also let us see the Chinese society where people have a very productive environment. For example, they have to work from 7 in the morning to 7 p.m., and also these students have to work their butts off to be accepted to these university in their country. They have to ace their exam in order for them to accept to the university. But let us see the result of these society panels. So both side panel also have their definition of stress, which stress is not exclusively only in Western society, but at both a society they have their own definition of stress, which is, for example, in the Western society their definition of stress is doing work for 4 hours continuously, for example, while in Chinese society 8 hour doing work continuously is a very normal thing to do, which is we see right here that their concern about stress and also anxiety do not happen only under our side, but also in their side too. Because even without or with the prevalence of violence, stress will still exist. It's just that which standard is higher and better to impact the society. Therefore, why the definition of stress and also society under their side is very bad because of three things. Their low definition of stress, their low quality of stress under their side will create a very fragile generation which they cannot receive any pressure from work and easily being offended with small things. For example, if their manager doing as if their manager scold because of their bad work, they will be easily offended, and also they will easily quit their job and not doing their job. But it also moving on to my second point, which they have the quitter's mind because the society normalized them to just quit in the middle of work, quit to not finish, for example, to not study their exam, quit from their job, and etc. Which it is supposed to be their duty and responsibility to finish their work. Thirdly, they do not have the consistency to pursue something. Therefore, passion under their side will not even exist in their idealistic side. So panels, let us see that passion and also hard work will not exist under their side because violence is too comfortable and too easy to do that people do not even want to see or to do hard work anymore. Passion therefore will not exist under their side of the house because passion will only be driven because of love for their work, but also combined with hard work. Therefore, if hard work doesn't exist under their side, then passion will not even exist. Why we think that passion is if passion did not happen, it would be very bad to the society. Moving on to my second argument, which is the impact of the society of innovation and productivity, but also the inverse norm. Firstly, the innovation and productivity. We must say if passion do not happen under their side of the house, let us see the actor's POV. The productive people or working people will no incentive whatsoever to pursue their professional field because because the norm in society will force them to not doing any hard work and whatsoever. So even though they have the passion, they have the hard work to do, the other things and other infrastructure to support their passion is none, because no people will because other people will do not have any passion, because no people will pursuing something, for example, therefore leading people to not have any motivation to pursue or to become productive or to pursue their passion in the very first place. But also secondly, in order please let us see in terms of like family, in the family society, we see the decrease of their standard of living, because we see the mindset of relaxing and also not doing productive thing will lead them to think that, oh, this work is very enough as long as I'm comfortable with my workload. So they do not care whether their child is being fed or not. They do not care which if their child have the enough quality of education, but their most important thing is that they do not have that much workload in their very first place, and therefore they do not have to experience that much stress. But also secondly, let us see the inverse norm. We believe that if A, the opposite of B, then if we see that A prevail and is seen as good, then B is something that will become seen as bad. Therefore, the prevalence of violence will make people hardworking seem as bad. So why we think it is very problematic? So people who have passion to pursue their career and jobs will receive backlash, because the society now expect you to just lay off, just how like the Western society puts a negative stereotype or negative backlash to Asian people who work are in the US, for example. Therefore, people who hard work will become a bad side or a negative thing under their side of the house, and people who are lazy, for example, will become prevail, and these people will even normalize their action to be done, and it will decrease the overall productiveness in China at the very first place. Therefore, I believe I'm proud to propose this motion. Thank you.